My god, there is a fire! I knew I shouldn't have trusted this cook. Hey my dear followers, I checked my channel, look at my latest long video and it already got 150 views and even 5 likes. So I thought, you must be really enjoying my videos. How could I leave you without this little treasure in your life? So I decided to make another one. And the game is already suggesting I make a story, but who even knew that, right? So no thanks, I'll skip it. I think I will make better.
What?
So yeah, here we have a beautiful girl, Nancy. She has got a very stunning figure and overall you can tell that she knows exactly what she wants from her life. Here is her lovely Mr. Gnome. Look at her chosen one. She clearly has a thing for shorter guys. He is a little bit small, so we can barely even see him here. And let's move on. They have settled somewhere in Oasis Spring. Obviously they have no house. I think it's my regular gameplay, but whatever. This is a love story. Only thing that they want to get married as soon as possible. They are not wasting any time. So Nancy decides to take matters in her own hands and ask Mr. Gnome out on a date. Let's help them a little. No need to get to know each other. Let's jump straight into something romantic. Go to bar. I mean, we will definitely need some cocktails. We are aiming for a quick results here, you know. Nancy is really taking the lead while Mr. Gnome is kissing her stomach. I hope it's stomach, right? He actually seems very interested in Nancy because I think I get it. Why? Wait. I'm not sure if he even can see her face and... okay, I know why he is so happy with her, because she is literally shielding him from the sun. Yeah, Oasis Spring, it's quite hot place, so makes sense. They chat for a bit and then Nancy, like I said, she's quite initiative. She decides to propose him like right there on the first date. Right before your eyes, a big strong love story is being born. Everything is ready to take things to the next level. What we are going to do? I think it's time to plan the wedding. And of course the base game didn't give any proper wedding venue. I need to find the biggest slot available. For it, we needed to evict the Langram family. Yeah, just think about it. The richest people in this universe give up their lot for our wedding. I should definitely invite them to the ceremony. You know, I'm super grateful that the Langram family provided for us their richest mansion, but I think it's way too boring for a party, you know? So yeah, I quickly rebuilt our wedding venue for them instead. Honestly, I think this place now has absolutely everything we need for a beautiful celebration, especially since we are planning to invite guests, but there's just one tiny problem though. To get there, they need to walk a little, and then a little bit more, and then even more. And okay, at this point it's definitely not a little anymore, but what did you expect? Love has to be earned, just like access to my party, okay? Yeah, little Nancy is already calling everyone to the party and all the guests are finally here. Every invited guest is so happy, they came completely by their own choice. Absolutely nobody was forced to come here by teleporting them with MC Command Center. So our guests are slowly starting to enter the maze. They are super excited and full of anticipation for the celebration. I mean, all they have to do is walk, like 50 kilometers through the labyrinth. Super easy, I think. Yeah, and Dolly Ruano decided to burn to death. I think she just saw how much walking and climbing was ahead of her and just chose self-elimination instead. And here's our lovely Grim Reaper. He already playing on his iPad. Yeah, no worry though. At this point I feel like he's going to become a regular guest at this party. As you can probably tell, our bride is not looking nearly as happy anymore. I mean, she's already made it halfway through the maze, while some people are just chilling next to this random gravestone. Okay, here's our caterer that we specially hired for the wedding, but for some reason she still doesn't feel like cooking. Hey, we paid for it. I would ask you to get up and go make our cake. Meanwhile, our guests have been waiting for the celebrations for so long time that they literally started peeing themselves along the way. At this point, I realized that things were really not going doing well, so to make sure at least part of our population survives, I decided to add a little bit stop with grill, you know. And alright, I'm not that evil. I still want at least someone to make it to the top alive. And please try not to start fire and burn to death over there, okay? Because I know how they are. Well, I guess we don't really have to worry about the fire, because the only person here with cooking skills decided we hired her to be a comedian instead, so now she's just standing there telling jokes to the guests. No fire and no food. Okay, just jokes. Okay, now she decided to pee herself too. Okay, never mind. And now we officially have a leader in the vegan race, Bella God. She has managed to reach the venue before both even the bride and the groom. For now, she's the first person to finally make it to the stairs. Well, but we keep going. We have vegan here, actually. Our Nancy is still making her way through the maze, and you can see at some point she decided to lie down, I guess for a little rest. I think actually she's waiting for her fiance, maybe to finally catch up, because he is quite far. Yeah, with those tiny legs, it's clearly not that easy for him. It's understandable, you know. Yeah, we have Travis Scott. I think he's the only person who hasn't moved at all. Only thing he decided to do today is just stand there and cry. Travis, I guess this will not help you. Okay, never mind. He's not alone here. He's chilling with another woman, another famous strange woman. Yeah, okay, I just leave you two alone here because more people have finally managed to climb through the maze and enter the second level of our pub. Bella God still looks like the person who wants to get this party first. She's continuing to lead this race. Congratulations, official moment. The caterer finally made some burgers, so I guess our party population now has a slightly higher chance of surviving, and Nancy is doing her absolutely best to get there as far as possible. While Mr. Gnome honestly doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry. With these tiny legs, I would try to be a little bit faster, but okay, he's casually walking around with Liberty Lee over there. Well... Yeah, and the rest of the guests keep going too. They look a little exhausted at this point, but they still refuse to give up, which is a good signal. We still have some chances to make this, while Mr. Gnome and Liberty Lee decided to take a small break together. And our famous lady is clearly not so famous anymore because everyone abandoned her. Now she is just standing there peeing herself alone. And our caterer looks like she is completely refusing to make the vegan cake today because she decided to walk all the way back instead. But finally we have some guests who actually reached the top point and they are alive. Little bit tired, I'd say, but alive, most important. And what the first thing you do? Obviously gaming. Well, honestly, it kind of makes sense, you know. And Nancy is finally climbing the last staircase. She is the first one from the couple to reach the wedding venue. Dirty, exhausted and tired, but she really fought for this relationship. And yeah, but her future husband isn't that far behind either. He looks like a little desperate at this point, but he's still not giving up. Pit stop was actually really useful though. It saved so many people, I guess. Okay, and I found Liberty Lee. She decided to die from starvation right next to the plate of burgers. I guess the reason was starvation. Or maybe Nancy started suspecting something. Let's quickly check on Mr. Gnome because it's very important that he stays alive, you know. One more guest just peed himself and passed away right after. I guess he just couldn't handle that level of stress anymore. And this situation somehow made even more sims gather in one place. Honestly, if it were me, I'd just run for my life. Well, but okay, that's their choice. Finally, our party is starting to look at least a little bit like a real one. I mean, if we ignore the fact that half of these people are on the edge of death and already peed themselves like 10 times. And meanwhile, Mr. Gnome is still walking around and already found himself another tall woman. Yeah, I seriously don't understand how he can even look at someone else when he already has Nancy. And I didn't even notice, but somehow our cook actually managed to reach the top point too. So I still have hope that we are finally getting our wedding cake. I do have some concerns about her cooking skills. Yeah, let's just quickly check on Mr. Gnome. Oh my god, there is a fire! Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have trusted this cook. He's about to burn our entire video down. But don't worry, Summer Holiday decided to save the day and put out the fire. Oh wait, I finally figured out how to make everyone move faster. All I had to do was start a fire. Now all the guests are suddenly running straight toward the party. Even our famous lady suddenly really wants to attend the wedding now. Well, they lost interest pretty quickly. Now they're all just standing there staring at the fire. Yeah, and here we have this guy who decided the best place to sleep was literally inside the fire, and now he is burning alive. Yeah, but Nancy also decided to try putting the fire out, but it's not really working, I'm sorry, because another guy is about to catch on fire too. Oh, alright, okay, one more guest has officially left us, and now the Grim Reaper decided to visit our party once again. Honestly, I feel like he's having the time of his life today. The fire is finally over and Mr. Gnome has finally reached the top too. So now all the most important people and everyone who actually wanted to make it to this party are finally here, which means I think it's time for the ceremony, right? Once I decided to start it, people immediately began dying from starvation. Hello? Can you please wait a little longer? I'm just trying to finish this party. I don't know what I did, but I really hope not everyone dies before the video ends. Alright, let's try to do this quickly while we still have at least some guests left alive. Yeah, what a wedding. A happy couple, some random guy trying to play guitar, dead people in the background, and two Grim Reapers standing near. Honestly, despite all the angry people staring at the guitar guy, it still somehow looks kind of beautiful. Should I try to make some beautiful picture? So yeah, here's our wedding. Nancy and Mr. Gnome finally got married. Some people even survived it. Thanks for watching till the end. Let me know if you want more videos like this. Thank you, bye.